Ashlee Morrison automatically searched for him in the crowd. When she found him, she stopped breathing for a second as pleasure swirled within her chest. With his dark mane and his proud posture, he would have stood out even if he didn't avoid the others. She walked closer, just to the edge of where he was visible to her, careful not to draw attention to herself. Loneliness hung like a tangible cloak around him. Ashlee chuckled at her crazy thoughts. God, if anyone heard her inner dialogue, they'd think she was talking about a man, not a wolf. She strolled around the outskirts of the Palooza Park and Zoo's large wolf enclosure and stopped every few feet to look through the fence. In the last week, the wolves had started playing together like puppies. They ran after one another, the bigger ones pouncing on top of the smaller ones as they nipped and bit. It wasn't really play. She knew that. It was all about getting the attention of one of the females who was in heat. That was what the zoologists explained to her yesterday when she'd asked about the strange pack behavior. Well, it seemed strange to her anyway. But who was she to judge anything as odd or different? If she hadn't literally lost her mind and started ranting about impossible scenarios to anyone who would listen, she would now be finished with college and not living back at home with her mother and father. She'd have a real job instead of her volunteer one at the local zoo. The doctors her father had taken her to see had helped her. She could finally tell the difference between real and imaginary. Real was day-to-day life. Work, family, and friends were the things she needed to focus on. They actually existed. Neurotic daydreams of her sister being locked up in a cage were nothing more than manifestations by an inner psyche that was still devastated by Tom's betrayal.